Welcome to tonight's matchup of the Varsity Boys McBain Ramblers versus your Lake City Trojans. Starting for your Trojans, number 22, Vanderbook. For the Ramblers, number 2, Pena. For the Trojans, 50, McGinnis. For the Ramblers, 34, Rodenbaugh. For the Trojans, number 15, McGinnis. For the Ramblers, 25, Haverkamp. For the Trojans, 0, Helsel. For the Ramblers, 5, Cucci. And for the Trojans, number 1, Bisball. And for the Ramblers, 12, Engelwright.
The officials for tonight's ball game, Mr. Mark Stewart, Mr. Charles Watt, and Mr. Dan Ulrich.
Tipping for the Ramblers, as per usual, is Haverkamp. For the Trojans, number 15, Cole McGinnis. Ramblers win the tip. Rodenbaugh sets up a play for the Ramblers. Passes over to Cucci. Back to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Engelwright in the corner. Engelwright shoots the 3. 3 is good. Helsel takes it up for the Trojans. Helsel's going to drive the lane. Goes up for 2, no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp. Gets over to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Pena. Pena's going to drive in. Goes up for 2. His 2 is blocked by Cole McGinnis. Ends up with Bisball. Goes back to Corbett. Right? Cole, excuse me. Anyway, point was no good. It's in Rambler hands now. Over to Cucci. Cucci into the paint. Haverkamp. Haverkamp goes up for 2. It's knocked out of his hands. They're going to get a foul. Haverkamp's going to go to the line for 2. Foul was called on 50. Caden McGinnis, his first, team's first. Haverkamp's first free throw is no good. Second free throw's up and in. Bisball inbounds to Helsel. Helsel gives it back to Bisball. Bisball back to Helsel. Helsel into Caden McGinnis. No good. Rebounded by Rodenbaugh. Over to Pena. Pena goes up for 2. No good, but he gets fouled. He will get to go to the line for 2. Foul was called on Caden, his second, team second. First free throw's up and good. Subs for the Trojans, number 12. Brown comes in for Caden McGinnis. Pena's second free throw is up and no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp. Goes up for 2, no good. Rebounded by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh. They're going to call a jump ball. It's going to be a Trojan ball. Bisball's going to take it up for the Trojans. over to Brown. Brown's going to drive the lane. Has nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Helsel. Helsel kicks it down to Brown. It's stolen by Engelreich. Engelreich gets it to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh kicks it way down to Cucci. Cucci is going to pull up for the three. Three is good. Timeout for the Trojans. Full timeout. It's snack time, brought to you by Little Town Jerky. Corbin's going to take it up for the Trojans. Gets a screen from McGinnis. Doesn't see the roll. Bisball now, stuck with the ball, dead ball. It's tipped. Rodenbaugh tips it long, steals it, throws it back. It's given to Pena. Pena goes up for two. Two is no good. Rebounded by Pena. Pena stuck in the corner. Out of bounds off a Trojan is going to stay with the Ramblers. Lots of hustle and bustle there. Rodenbaugh in the corner, shoots the three. Three is no good. Rebounded by Pena. Ball's tipped. Kicks it over to Engelreich. Engelreich back up to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh gives it to Engelreich. Over to Cucci. Down low to Haverkamp. They're going to get Brown with a hold. It'll be Rambler ball. His first, team's third. Subs coming in for the Trojans, number 13 comp for Brown. In 14, Root for Helsel. Rodenbaugh's going to shoot the three. Three is no good. Rebounded by a Trojan. Stolen by Darius. He dunks it and then trips. Bisball takes it for the Trojans. McGinnis, stolen by Pena, gives it to Rodenbaugh long. It's out of bounds. Trojan ball. Caden McGinnis checking back into the game for Cole McGinnis. Last names are spelled different, pronounced the same apparently. Bisball goes up all the way, no good. Rebounded by Rodenbaugh. Passes to Cucci. Passes long to Engelreich, back up to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh back to Cucci, into Pena. Pena goes up for two. His two is good. Timeout, Lake City. 30-second timeout. Hustle back into the game for the Trojans. He's going to take the ball up for them. Hustle trapped on the baseline. Five-second. It'll be Rambler ball. Good defense put forth by the Ramblers, by Akuchi and Haverkamp, trapping him on the baseline so he couldn't pass it anywhere. Pena in the corner. Drives in, goes up for two. His two is good. Hustle passes over to Caden McGinnis. Over to Hustle. Hustle's going to drive the lane, goes up, and it's no good. It's rebounded by Kuchi. Kuchi back over to Rodenbaugh. Kicks it over to Pena. Down to Haverkamp. Haverkamp's going to go up for two. They're going to get him with a travel. Hustle is going to drive the lane. No good. Stolen by Kuchi. Kuchi's just going to run with it. Goes up for two. His two is good. Baseline to baseline. Layup is good by Kuchi. Hustle with the ball once again for the Trojans. Attempted steal by Kuchi. No good, it's out of bounds. Subs coming in for the Ramblers. 24, Aiden Kuchi, 3 Trey Bovin, 30 Avery DeRuyter, and 11 Caden Abrahamson. Everybody out except for Haverkamp. Inbounded to Bisball. Subs were made for Lake City too, apparently. Bisball over to McGinnis. Shoots the long two. Two is good. McGinnis and McGinnis. Well, okay then. Bovin with the ball. Passes over to Kuchi. Back to Bovin. Over to Abrahamson. Back to Bovin. Over to Kuchi. Back to Bovin. Back to Kuchi. Kuchi for the three. Three is no good. Rebounded by 13. Comp. Giving to Bisball. Bisball's going to drive the lane. No good. Rebounded by Kuchi. Kuchi's going to take the ball. Gives it to Bovin. Over to Kuchi. Kuchi does not shoot the three. Gives it over to Abrahamson. Back to Kuchi. Into Haverkamp. Haverkamp's going to go up for two. No good. He's going to get fouled, though, so he's going to get to go to the line. Foul was called on Comp, his first, team's fourth. First free throw is no good. Second free throw's up, and it's good. Bisball takes it up for the Trojans. Passes to Comp. Comp's going to drive the lane. Blocked by Haverkamp. Given to Bovin. Kicks it to Abrahamson in the corner. Shoots the three. Three is no good. Rebounded by Bisball. Bisball's going to drive. Kicks it over to Vanderbrook. Gives it to Comp. Comp's going to drive the lane. Goes up for two. His two is no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp. Gives it to Bovin. Over to Abrahamson. To Haverkamp. To Bovin. To Kuchi. Back to Bovin. To DeRuyter. to Coochie. Coochie shoots the long three. No good. Rebounded by Vanderbrook. Given to Bizball. 4, 3, 2. Shoots it. No good. That is the end of the first quarter. McBain Ramblers 17. Lake City Trojans 2. Rambler ball coming into the second quarter. Bovin passes to Coochie into Abrahamson to the corner. Back up to Coochie. Around to Bovin. Over to Murphy. Back to Bovin. To Coochie. Back to Bovin. Bovin into DeRuyter. Out to Coochie. To Abrahamson in the corner. Down low to DeRuyter. Back out to Abrahamson. Over to Coochie to Bovin. Bovin drives. Shoots the long two. And it's no good. Rebounded by Vanderbrook. Given to Bizball. Down low to McGinnis. Abrahamson to Bovin. Abrahamson. Down low to DeRuyter. DeRuyter out to Murphy. Murphy shoots a three. Three is good. 3 points for Murphy. Bizball takes it up for the Trojans. Passes over to McGinnis. Guarded by Murphy. Loses the ball. Caden pushes it over to Murphy. Murphy's going to dribble. Loses the ball. Regains the ball, kind of. Yep, has the ball. Gives it to Bovin. Over to Abrahamson, who gives it to Coochie. Coochie drives. Goes up for two. No good. Rebounded by Coochie. Gives it over to DeRuyter, but he traveled. Trojan ball. Bizball takes it up for the Trojans. Bizball shoots the three. Three is good. Bovin takes it up for the Ramblers. Calls out a play as he goes. Gives it over to Coochie, to Murphy in the corner. Down low to DeRuyter. DeRuyter goes and kicks it out to Abrahamson, far side. Abrahamson's three is. Basket is good. Foul was called on DeRuyter. His first, team's first. They're going to say the basket was worth 2. Bizball over to McGinnis. Drives the lane, goes up for 2. His 2 is good. Bovin over to Abrahamson to Coochie to Murphy in the corner. Murphy kicks over to Abrahamson to Bovin. Over to Abrahamson to Coochie. Back to Bovin. Down low to DeRuyter. Out to Murphy. Murphy's going to drive, goes up for 2. His 2 is no good. Rebounded by DeRuyter. DeRuyter pump fakes, goes up for 2. His 2 is no good. Rebounded by Murphy. Out of bounds on Murphy. Trojan ball. Bisball takes it up for the Trojans. Kicks it long over to McGinnis. Puts up a 2, no good. Gets his own rebound, kicks it out to Bisball. Bisball shoots the 3. His 3 is no good. Rebounded. Attempted rebound by DeRuyter. There was a foul. Foul's going to be called on McGinnis. 15's first. Team's first. Bovin passes to Abrahamson. Abrahamson over to Murph. To Bovin. Bovin over to Cucci. Passes down to Murphy. To Abrahamson. To Cucci. Cucci pulls up the 3. 3 is good. Bisball takes it up for the Ramblers. Puts up a 2, no good. It's rebounded by Bovin. Gets it to Murphy. Murphy hangs on to it, gives it back to Bovin. Down low to Cucci. Cucci's going to drive baseline, goes up for 2. His 2 is good. Bisball takes the ball up for the Trojans. Passes to Helsel. To McGinnis. Shoots the 3, and it's good. Bovin takes it for the Ramblers. Passes to Abrahamson. Kicks it down to Murphy. Murphy goes up for 2, no good. It's tipped, gets to Vanderbrook, who gives it to Bisball. Bisball's going to drive the lane. Kicks it out to Helsel. Helsel's going to drive, goes up for 2. His 2 is no good. Rebounded by DeRuyter. Gets it to Bovin. Bovin's going to drive the lane, kicks it out to Abrahamson. Abrahamson shoots, no good. Rebounded by Murphy. They're going to get a charge. Foul was called on Murphy. Subs in a whole new line for the Ramblers. And a couple Trojans are mixed in. Nathan Cucci, Brett Ealing, Evan Haverkamp, Clayton Clayton Hooker, and Brett Bentham for the Ramblers. Bisball passes to McGinnis. Over to Brown. Gonna get Brown with a travel. Cucci with the ball. Hands off to Ealing. Hands off to Hooker. Passes to Bentham. Down low to Haverkamp. Kicks it over to Ealing. Over to Hooker. Gives it to Cucci. Back to Hooker. Passes to Haverkamp. Out to Bentham. Kicks it over to Cucci. Cucci's going to shoot the 3. 3 is good. Corbin, or Bisball with the ball now. Stolen by Hooker. He's going to drive, goes up for 2, and it's good. Bisball. Gets a screen from McGinnis. Kicks it over to McGinnis, off his face, out of bounds. It'll be Rambler ball. Hooker inbounds it to Cucci. To Hooker. Hooker back to Cucci. Gets a screen from Haverkamp's going to go and drive, goes up for 2, no good. Rebounded by Comp. Bisball over to McGinnis. Goes up for 2, no good. Tipped by Hooker. Haverkamp with a rebound, gives it to Cucci, over to Hooker, back to Cucci. To Bentham. Bentham looks around, gives it to Ealing up top. Ealing brings it around, kicks it back over to Cucci. Cucci brings it back up top, resets. Over to Hooker. Hooker down low to Bentham. Bentham working the post. Passes out to Haverkamp. Haverkamp's going to shoot the 3. 3 is no good. Rebounded by McGinnis. Bisball with the ball. Going to drive the lane. Kicks it out to Brown. Brown shoots. No good. Rebounded by Bentham. Given to Cucci. To Hooker. To Cucci. Back to Hooker. Down low to Haverkamp. To Hooker. Hooker's going to shoot the 3. 3 is off. Haverkamp with a rebound, goes up for 2, and it's good. And that's the end of the half. McBain Ramblers 34, Lake City Trojans 10. It's snack time. We'll see you in the second half.
If you're looking to settle down in beautiful Central Michigan, look no further than Arrow Homes. Family owned and operated since 1972, Arrow Homes offers an innovative process of home construction that saves you money and time without sacrificing quality. Their top-of-the-line construction workers have 15 years of experience building homes. You can see some of their work on their website. They are open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Contact them at 231-328-4318 or in their website at arrowhomes.com.
McLain Transmission and Auto Sales. Transmission repair and vehicle sales in Northern Michigan. Locally owned and operated. Being a member of the community means that we take pride in the work that we do for our neighbors. You can expect honest and expert service from us. Every repair, every sale, every time. Servicing Cadillac, Lake City, Manton, Mesick, Big Rapids, Traverse City, and surrounding areas. Located on 2730 South LaChance Road, Lake City, Michigan. Call us at 231-779-1394 or check out our website at mclaintransmission.com.
Oh, okay, all right. Welcome everybody to the halftime report, brought to you by Littletown Jerky, and I'm Grayson Guernsey, and I'm with Thomas Maloney. Thomas Maloney, go over the stats real quick at halftime.
Yeah, from the first half, some of the key stats are Darius Pena-Perez, 7 points, 2 rebounds. Nathan Cucci, 8 points, 2 rebounds. Caden Abrahamson, 2 points, 1 steal. Aiden Cucci, 5 points, 1 rebound. Evan Haverkamp, 4 points, 3 rebounds. And Carson Murphy, 3 points and 2 rebounds.
So far, basically everyone on the McBain bench has been able to play. And I mean, for McBain basketball, that's a good sign. And for opponents are playing, that's not a good sign at all.
Well, the leading scorer for Lake City is Cade McGinnis. He has 7 points for the team. And I think right now he just got to keep shooting for his team, help him out as much as he can.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job shooting the ball and stuff like that, giving them some points. Right now they got 10, so hopefully if he's able to continue shooting those threes, that can add up to 13, 16, and then 20. So he's doing a really good job like that. Then everybody at McBain is really doing a really good job as well, rebounding, defensively, and all that.
Yeah, it's just all around across the entire team. They've been spreading it out. They've been putting in already. Everyone's been in, and they're just getting everyone to get their reps, learn everything, just make sure they know what to do in case someone gets injured and they have to go win the game.
Yep. And I think that's all. Do you have anything else to add?
I do not.
And I think that's going to be it for the Little Town Jerky halftime report. I'm Grayson Guernsey, and I'm with
Thomas Maloney.
and we'll see you at the post-game show.
Northern Truck Service, established in 2015 by John Skierbeck. It's a full diesel mechanic shop that can do anything from changing a light bulb to a full rebuild. With a stock of most parts, they can get you back on the road in no time.
McGinnis drives the lane, goes up for two. His two is good. Pump fake and then shot. Running ball passes to Inglerite. Over to Haverkamp. To Cucci. To Pena. Over to Haverkamp. Haverkamp's going to drive the lane, goes up for two. His two is no good. Rebounded by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh goes and passes to Pena. Pena goes up for two, and it's good. McGinnis with the ball for the Trojans. Passes to Helsel off his foot. It's going to be Rambler ball. Rodenbaugh takes it up for the Ramblers. Hands off to Inglerite, passes over to Pena, to Haverkamp, over to Rodenbaugh, to Cucci, over to Inglerite, to Pena. Pena shoots the three, no good. Rebounded by McGinnis. Bisball gives to McGinnis, shoots the three. Rebounded by Inglerite, given to Rodenbaugh. McGinnis there looked like he was going to go up for a three. Thought about changing his mind and then realized that would be a travel, so he had to shoot it. Inglerite down low to Pena. Pena goes up for two. His two is good. Bisball kicks over to Helsel. Helsel goes up for two, and it's good. Rodenbaugh is going to take it out for the Ramblers. Passes over to Cucci, to Pena, to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh kicks it over to Inglerite. Inglerite's going to shoot the three. Three is no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp. Haverkamp goes up for two, and it's good. Bisball passes over to McGinnis. Down low to Vanderbrook. Knocked away by Inglerite. Pass way down long to Pena. Pena's going to go up for two, and it's good. He gets to go to the line for one. Foul was called on McGinnis, his third, team's first. Number 12, Brown, checks into the game for McGinnis. Free throw's good. Subs coming in for the Ramblers. Hooker, Bentham, and Ealing. Pena, Cucci, and Rodenbaugh go to the bench. Bisball passes long to Vanderbrook, out of bounds. It's Rambler ball. Inglerite with the ball, passes over to Hooker. Down low to Haverkamp. Haverkamp kicks it out to Inglerite. Inglerite's going to shoot the three. Three is short. Out of bounds. It's going to be Lake City ball. Bisball passes over to McGinnis. To Helsel. Helsel's going to drive. Goes up for two. His two is good. Inglerite passes way down long to Hooker. Hooker's going to go up for two. Goes up, no good, but he gets fouled, so he will get to go to the line. Foul is called on number 15, McGinnis, his second, team second.
2.
First free throw's up. No good. Subs coming in. Murphy for the Ramblers for Inglerite. Number 13, Comp, and 14, Root come in for the Trojans. Second free throw is good. Also takes the ball up for the Trojans. Passes over to Root. Root kicks it over to Vanderbrook. Vanderbrook shoots the three. No good. Shot sailed straight out of bounds. It's going to be Rambler ball. Hooker took it up for the Ramblers. Passes over to Murphy. Murphy down low to Haverkamp. Haverkamp gets fouled. He's going to get to go to the line. Looks like he's pinching his nose. Hopefully there's no blood.
Ball was called on number 22, Black. His first, team third for the quarter.
First free throw's up and good. Second free throw's up, no good. Rebounded. It was knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Trojan ball. Lake City timeout, full timeout. It's snack time, brought to you by Little Town Jerky. We'll see you after the timeout. Ball is inbounded to Helsel. Helsel's going to drive, loses the ball. It's stolen by Hooker. Passes over to Ealing. To Haverkamp. Haverkamp's going to give it to Hooker. Hooker's going to drive, dishes off to Bentham. It's been knocked away a couple times, ends up in Haverkamp's hands, finds its way to Murphy. Over to Haverkamp, bounces off a foot. It goes to Vanderbrook. Vanderbrook's going to take off for the Trojans. Passes off to Helsel. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Ealing. It's going to stay with the Trojans. Bizball's checking in for the Trojans for Helsel. Bizball passes over to Vanderbrook. Yet again, it goes out of bounds. Gets a little excited. Vanderbrook takes off right as the pass is being passed, and it just goes out of bounds because nobody's there. Hooker to Murphy, down low to Bentham. Bentham goes up and is fouled. He will get to go to the line for two. Foul is called on 22, Vanderbrook, his second, team's fourth. First free throws up and is good. Second free throws up and is also good. Bisball is going to take it up for the Trojans. Passed over to Comp. Comp's going to drive. Pass. Whistle is blown. Out of bounds, maybe? Not entirely sure what happened, but it's Trojan ball. Root inbounds to Bisball. Bisball's going to shoot the three from the corner, and it's good. Hooker's going to take it up for the Ramblers. Passes to Murphy. Murphy's going to shoot the three. Three is no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp. He's going to go up, and it's good. Bisball passes over to Comp, to Vanderbrook. Vanderbrook drives, kicks it out to Root, to Comp. Comp's going to go up. No good. Rebounded by Bentham, gives it to Ealing. Gives it to Hooker. To Ealing. Down low to Vanderbrook. It's given to Bisball. Kicks it out to Brown. Brown's going to shoot it. Goes over top of the backboard, out of bounds. It'll be Rambler ball. Subs in for the Ramblers, number 30, Avery DeRuyter for Haverkamp. Hooker passes to Ealing. Ealing's going to drive, goes up for two, and it's good. Bisball passes to Vanderbrook. To Brown. Brown's three is good. Sorry, I blanked on his name for a second. Hooker over to Murphy. Murphy back to Hooker. Back to Murphy. Gives it to Bentham. Over to Hooker. Hooker to Ealing. Ealing's going to shoot the three. Three is no good. Rebounded by Murphy. Murphy goes up for two, and it's good. Circles around the rim and then sinks. And then Bisball's going to drive. No good. It's rebounded by Murphy. Given to Hooker. Hooker back to Murphy. Murphy's going to shoot. No good. Thought for a second we were going to have two buzzer beaters on the night. If you missed the first one, it was in the JV game. Thomas Maloney with the buzzer beater right before halftime. Rambler ball going into the fourth quarter. Hooker passes to Abrahamson. Abrahamson is going to drive. They're going to get in with a travel. Helsel inbounds to Bisball. Bisball kicks over to McGinnis. They're going to get him with a travel. Lake City applying a press. Hooker passes to Bentham. Over to DeRuyter. DeRuyter to Abrahamson. Over to Hooker. Hooker's going to shoot the three. Three is no good. Saved by Hooker. Bisball taking it up for the Trojans. Kicks over to McGinnis. He's going to drive. Goes up for two. Two's no good. Rebounded by McGinnis, but he's out of... What? Okay, so he was out of bounds. Okay. For a second, I thought they weren't going to call it. Hooker to DeRuyter. Stolen by Bisball, given to McGinnis. It was blocked by Hooker, rebounded by DeRuyter, given back to Hooker. Hooker's going to drive, kicks it to Bentham. Bentham goes up for two, and two is good. Bisball is going to shoot the really long three. No good. Rebounded by Bentham. Given to Hooker. Looks like Lake City's only applying a press on an out-of-bounds ball. Passed over to Abrahamson. Over to Ealing. Ealing kicks it over to Hooker. Hooker resets, calls out a play. It's passed to Abrahamson. Abrahamson to DeRuyter to Ealing. Stolen by Helsel. Blocked by Ealing. Big block by Ealing. It's going to be Trojan ball underneath. McGinnis is going to drive in. Splits the defenders for two. They're going to get a foul. He's going to go to the line. Foul was called on Bentham, his first, team's first. First free throw is no good, in and out. Subs for the Ramblers, number 3, Trey Bovin, and 24, Aiden Cucci for Ealing and Bentham. Current score is Ramblers 55, Trojans 22. Second free throw is no good, is rebounded by McGinnis. Given to Helsel. Helsel's going to drive, goes up for two. His two is good. Bovin takes the ball up for the Ramblers. Kicked over to Cucci, to DeRuyter, to Bovin. Down low to Hooker. Hooker's going to go up for two, and it's good. Bisball takes it up for the Trojans. Passed over to Helsel. Down low to McGinnis. To Vanderbrook. Kicked out to Bisball. Bisball for three. No good. Rebounded by Hooker. Given to Bovin. Bovin, handoff with Abrahamson. Pass to DeRuyter. Down low to Bovin. Out to Cucci. Cucci back to Bovin. Handoff with Abrahamson. Pass to DeRuyter. Down low to Bovin out of bounds, not out of bounds. It was saved, but passed into Bisball. Bisball's going to take it. Drives. Pass is blocked by Clayton Hooker. It's going to stay with the Trojans. Four minutes and 35 seconds left in the game. Bisball inbounds long to Vanderbrook. Vanderbrook's going to drive. Kicks out to McGinnis. He's going to drive. Goes up for two. No good. Rebounded by Hooker. Hooker to Bovin. Slows it down. Given to Abrahamson. Abrahamson to DeRuyter. To Cucci. Gives it to Hooker. Hooker's going to drive the lane. Kicks out to Bovin. Bovin for three. No good. Rebounded by Hooker. Hooker up for two. No good. Rebounded by McGinnis. They're going to get Hooker with a foul over the back. His first, team second. Bisball. Bisball is going to kick out to the corner. Helsel. Helsel's going to drive. Gets stopped. Goes up for two, and it's good. Bovin for the Ramblers. Loses the ball in his drive. It's stolen by McGinnis. He's going to pull it back. Gives it to Helsel. Helsel's going to drive baseline. Oof. Helsel got Hooker on the pump fake. Hooker almost leapfrogged him. Oh, they call it on the ground. Oh, because he wasn't shooting, it was pump fake. Yep, that makes sense. Lots of subs for the Trojans. Yay me. New names. Okay, here we go. Helsel to Root. Yep, Root. Hands off to Helsel. To Comp. Blocked. Ball is in DeRuyter's hands, given to Hooker, who gives it to Bovin. DeRuyter drives, gives it to Hooker. Hooker up for two, and it's good. Bisball passes to Comp. Comp dribbles around, gives it to Helsel. Helsel to Brown. Brown to Bisball. Helsel up for two, blocked by Cucci. Trojan ball out of bounds. Subs in for the Ramblers. Ealing and Bentham for Abrahamson and DeRuyter. Two minutes and 28 seconds. McBain Ramblers 59. Lake City Trojans 26. It's inbounded to Comp. Give it to Brown. Brown to Bisball in the corner. Bisball for three. No good. Rebounded by Bovin. Bovin's going to take it for the Ramblers. Ball is given to Hooker. Hooker's going to drive. Kicks it over to Bovin. Bovin's going to drive. Goes up for two. Two is no good. They're going to call a foul. He's going to get to go to the line for two. Foul was called on 0. Helsel, his first, team's first. Free throws up and no good. Second free throws up and also no good. It's rebounded by Comp. Gives it to Bisball. Bisball to Helsel. Kicks it over to Root. Root's going to drive. Kicks out to Helsel. Helsel's going to drive now, loses the ball, stolen by Bovin. Bovin's going to go. Goes up for 2, and it's good. Bisbal into Helsel, back to Bisbal. Bisbal's going to drive. He's going to shoot the long 2. 2 is no good, gets his own rebound. Kicks it out to Helsel. To Bisbal. Bisbal to Comp in the corner, shoots the 3. 3 is short. Hooker with a rebound, gives it to Cucci. Cucci goes up for 2. 2 is no good, rebounded by Bentham. That 2 is no good, it's rebounded by Comp. Comp gives it to Bisbal. Bisbal drives in, kicks it out to Brown. Brown for the long 2, no good, off the top of the backboard. It's stolen by Haverkamp, or rebound, or not Haverkamp, Hooker, I guess. Hooker stole, or rebounded the ball, I guess, is what that would technically be, and his 2 is good, and he gets to go to the line for 1. Foul is called on Brown, his second, team second. Free throw's good. 40 seconds left on the clock. Bisbal drives, puts up the 2. 2 is good. Bovin for the Ramblers. Cucci to Bentham. Bentham regains the ball, passes to Hooker, gives it to Bovin. And that's the end of the game. Your McBain Ramblers 64, Lake City Trojans 28. We will be back tomorrow night with the girls JV varsity Ramblers versus Lake City Trojans. This is a Rambler Review. Thank you for joining us.
Northern Truck Service, established in 2015 by John Skierbeck. It's a full diesel mechanic shop that can do anything from changing a light bulb to a full rebuild. With a stock of most parts, they can get you back on the road in no time.
Okay, welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Little Town Jerky. I'm Grayson Gerns, and I'm joined here by
Thomas Maloney.
And Thomas Maloney, can you break down the stats a little bit from the second half?
Total stats. I sure can, but I just want to say that just all across the board, everyone was just working as hard as they could. There was like 5-6 players over 10 points.
Yep.
Like Darius, Nathan, Evan, Ben, etc. They all were they were doing their thing, just scoring and just establishing all their stuff. A big thing was the rebounds, I think.
Yeah.
I think McBain had a lot of rebounds. I think like 20 to 35 range around there.
They did a good job of boxing out and just being able to like get up there, jump up and grab the ball.
But the one thing I will say is the Lake City team is a very young team.
Yeah.
They had one senior, and they tried the best they could, but there was very much so a height difference, as you probably saw here tonight.
Their team kind of reminded me of like the Cadillac team, mostly just because Cadillac has only one senior. They have like 8 players, and again, one of their better players is out of injury. And so Lake City they got hit hard, but still they're doing the best they can. And I feel like going against McBain tonight in the second half, they really scored a lot of points, so they did a good job there.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with all of that.
Do you have any more comments to make, Tommy?
I do not.
And I think that'll know what you take it.
I think that'll be the end of the post-game show, brought to you by Littletown Jerky. I'm Thomas Maloney.
And I'm Grayson Guernsey.
And we'll